Major League Baseball is looking stupid yet again because they have officially suspended Nick Castellanos for 2 games for inciting a brawl. We'll talk about that in just a second. But I don't know if they looked as stupid as Zach Campbell. So he was going for a home run ball yesterday, and this happened.
Gets the hips through, and he'll let you know. Drops the bat. Does it again like he did in Miami. Goodness, watch this guy eat it. Whoops, see ya.
Whether you love Zach Campbell or you can't stand him, you gotta admit, that was pretty funny. What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Thank you all so much for stopping by. If this is your first time on the channel, we talk about baseball every single day, so don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're going to any baseball games anytime soon, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek and you can save $20. They're officially back. I'm super excited. They're by far my favorite partnership of all time. Now, speaking of baseball, we have some injury updates. We have, again, Nicholas Castellanos getting suspended even though he didn't really do anything bad. And then also, the Rangers faced off against the Angels. Pretty exciting game yesterday, so just a lot of stuff to talk about. Some injury updates I want to bring up as well. Ronald Acuna Jr. is officially day-to-day after suffering a abdominal injury. I don't exactly know what happened, but that doesn't sound too good. It sounds pretty painful if you ask me, because you use your core to swing every single time that you're out there, so you really can't have an injury to your abdominal. So I'm wondering if he's going to go on the IL. Another injury I want to bring up, Mookie Betts. He got hit in the forearm yesterday and he went down. It did not look good. A lot of people on Twitter were speculating that it was broken, so I didn't know that there was millions of doctors over on Twitter, so wait for the report to come out. He was able to stay in the game, so I'm thinking it's not as bad as Twitter's making it out to be, but again, everyone on Twitter is apparently a doctor. I guess we'll go ahead and break down what happened in the rest of that Dodgers game. The Mariners were able to squeak past the Dodgers with a 4-3 victory. But I do want to mention that Dustin May is so incredibly fun to watch. He pretty much throws a blitz ball every time he releases a curveball. It starts here and then it ends up in the other batter's box. It's absolutely nuts. Now, he did end up getting torched by Marmoleos and Taylor Trammell, or Trammell. I don't really know how to say his last name, but he's really good. And then Evan White, the young rookie, he is showing that he could be a Gold Glove first baseman for the next decade. You have Dylan Moore saving the game at third base, and then Corey Seager with the double play to end the game. I completely forgot. That was a Seager versus Seager matchup, but I don't know if Kyle was actually playing. Maybe he's injured, I don't know, but again, Mookie got hurt, so that was kind of the story of yesterday's ball game. Just kidding. The story to me is the fact that the Mariners are now 8-2 in their last 10 games. Call in the reinforcements. Kyle Lewis is coming back today, the 2020 Rookie of the Year, so let's say that they call up Logan Gilbert and Julio Rodriguez and Jared Kelenic. Even if they just call up Gilbert and Kelenic, the Mariners could win that division. It is completely wide open. The Angels are playing decent. The Astros, with all of their injuries, they're losing a bunch of ball games. Right now, it's the Mariners' division to lose. They're playing fantastic. So let me know in the comment section down below, do you believe that the Mariners are just having a good stretch of baseball and maybe they're going to fall off, or are they the real deal going forward and maybe they're going to get even better once they call up their best players and get Kyle Lewis back in that lineup? Now I want to go ahead and talk about how Nick Castellanos was suspended for being passionate and loving the game of baseball and simply yelling after crossing home plate. This makes absolutely no sense. And I say it doesn't make sense because Adam Meehan a few days ago, he was playing Cleveland. Apparently, he thought Andres Gimenez pushed him off the bag and he got upset. He pushed Andres Gimenez. Each bench came out to defend their respective players, and I don't understand how Adam Meehan is playing right now without any suspension for pushing someone, yet Nicholas Castellanos, or Nick Castellanos, I don't even think he goes by Nicholas anymore, is being suspended for yelling. So pushing someone, A-okay. Yelling, can't do it. If you like offense, you're gonna really like this Red Sox versus White Sox game. The Red Sox put up 11 runs on 17 base hits. I don't even know where to begin because 8 runs were scored in the first 2 innings. JD Martinez is now up to 20 RBIs. Verdugo sneakily has 13 RBIs. I didn't realize that he was driving in runs at that pace, so good for him. You have Nathan Eovaldi striking out 10, but he did give up 4 earned runs. So the craziest thing about Nathan Eovaldi is the more he strikes people out, the less efficient he is at actually limiting the damage in terms of runs being scored. So the lower his K rate, the lower his ERA. Doesn't make any sense, but I guess maybe that's because he's more pinpoint with his accuracy, and if he's striking people out, he's throwing too hard. I don't know. It got so bad that your mean Mercedes, probably the favorite to win Rookie of the Year right now, he came into pitch, and I love the fact that his hat was a little bit sideways. He was giving off Fernando Rodney vibes. Now, one crazy stat I do want to bring up. Coming into yesterday's game against the Red Sox, Nick Madrigal, the infielder for the Chicago White Sox, he has only swung and missed one time. One time. With the amount of nasty pitchers that we have in this game, the fact that you've only swung and missed one time in almost 15, 16 games, how is that even possible? So it just shows that he is one of the best contact hitters in baseball, and maybe we need his approach going forward because strikeouts, like we said yesterday, are going through the roof. Yesterday's Angels versus Rangers game was pretty fun because we had former teammates going up against each other, Shohei Ohtani and Kohei Arihara of the Rangers. They used to be teammates in Japan, so I thought this was a lot of fun. The Rangers do get the W though, 6-4, as Adolis Garcia, he homers and plays some awesome defense. Willie Calhoun is back and healthy for the Rangers. They put up 6 unanswered runs in the first 6 innings, and then Kohei Arihara, he has 0 earned runs, 11 strikeouts in his last 12 innings. Has been surprisingly really good to start the season because sometimes when a Japanese player or a foreign player comes over, they're not really accustomed to it and they get shelled and then they get used to the league. So hopefully he just gets better and better and better. I have nothing but good words to say about him. But as soon as he leaves the game, the Rangers bullpen kind of implodes. They do hold on to it, but that just shows the Angels, they love to try and make the comeback. That seems like that's their MO this year. And the Angels, just like the Mariners, are surprising people this year. Even with that loss, I really enjoyed that they tried to come back. They didn't just roll over. So good for the Angels, but Rangers got the W. I cannot believe that the Padres got Joe Musgrove, Blake Snell, and Yu Darvish all in the same offseason. Just does not make sense. Musgrove goes 7 innings with 13 strikeouts, but unfortunately, the Brewers got home runs from Luis Urias, McKinney, and Woodruff goes 6 innings, 1 earned run, and 7 strikeouts. So we talked about how Nick Madrigal, the crazy stat is that he's only missed 1 single pitch this entire year. Brandon Woodruff has yet to allow a hitter to barrel up a baseball against him. So he is so deceptive. He throws really hard. Right now, so far, he is the hardest pitcher in the league to get a barrel on the baseball. So the Padres fall to 10-8, which is still good. They're 2 games above 500. But I expected them to be much better. But I guess with injuries and everything like that, 10-8 is solid. The 2016 #1 overall pick, Mickey Moniak, almost loses it in the twilight. If you've never played outfield, I promise you this right now, the scariest thing is not losing the ball in the sun. It's when the lights are on and the baseball goes above the lights and it just disappears. But he's able to recoup and make this grab. But unfortunately, as we saw in the intro, Zach Campbell botched a home run play, and that came off the bat of Brandon Belt. So Brandon's blast was all that Kevin Gausman and the Giants bullpen needed to nail it down. They win 2-0. Another shutout. The Cardinals erupted for 12 runs against the Nationals yesterday. The Nationals are like the one team in baseball along with the Yankees, so 2 teams in baseball that I can't figure out. Make it 3 with the Cubs. I don't even know what to talk about when we're bringing up the Cubs. They're good one day, they're terrible the next day. So yeah, the Cubs, the Yankees, and the Nationals, I can't really pinpoint what's going on with them. But Paul DeJong, Tommy Edman, and Goldie all homer in the first 3 innings, and then Carpenter and Flaherty driving a few more. Paul DeJong adds in a grand slam later in the game. I need more of this. Paul DeJong, a few years ago, was one of the most productive shortstops in baseball offensively. I need for him to have a comeback season. Jack Flaherty finishes a great start, going 6 innings, only allows 2 earned run. The bullpen did suck, so that's really an issue going forward for the Cardinals. And one point I want to make is that Tommy Edman, in his last 162 games played, has 18 home runs, 20 stolen bases, a 790 OPS, and he plays amazing defense. So if we're talking about one of the most underrated players in baseball, Tommy Edman's got to be at the top. So good job to the Cardinals stealing that victory. Not even stealing, they earned that victory. And then last but not least, the Rays beat the Royals 4-1 yesterday. Danny Duffy did secure his 1,000th strikeout in a 6-inning, 0 earned run, 8K dominant performance. But the 2 earned runs caused by the errors of the Royals, and then Josh Fleming of the Rays was lights out, going 5 2/3 scoreless. The Rays staff, they did their job. They didn't allow a single walk, which is hard to do. In a major league game, you usually see 1, 2, sometimes 7 walks. So to not allow a single free pass, Good job, Rays. That was it. There weren't a lot of games yesterday, so we'll go ahead and end today's video with the league leaders in baseball. Starting off with batting average. Now, of course, Brandon Nimmo is not going to be hitting 447 for the rest of the year, but he's hitting 447 right now. Acuna is leading in both home runs and base hits. He's up to 7 home runs and 26 hits. Like we mentioned earlier in the video, JD Martinez has 20 RBIs already, and Ramon Laureano has 8 stolen bases. Moving on over to pitchers. Clayton Kershaw and a bunch of other people are tied for 3 wins. DeGrom with a minute .45 ERA. I mean, it could stay like that for the rest of the year. That's how good he is. Jake McGee and Mark Melancon are tied for 6 saves apiece. And then Shane Bieber yet again is running away with the strikeouts. 48 already in 4 starts. But that's going to do it. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your favorite part of today's recap in the comment section down below. And enjoy this day in MLB history.
Oh, keep the porch door closed. Giles went up, but it's gone! The old man of the sea has rolled through Petco Park and given the Mets a pinch hit home run lead.
This is our city. And nobody gonna dictate our freedom. Stay strong. Thank you.